Yes, welcome everyone to a brand new video. In this new year, we're going to go ahead and start off with what is this video about? This video is about something brand new that Google or Gmail has implemented, and this is a very high level, critical importance. What does this have to do with? It has to do with your domain name. So if you guys have your own domain name where you purchased on GoDaddy, your .com name, and you have a business email address associated to it, hopefully you've went ahead and programmed that into your Shopify, where every time someone goes ahead and purchases from you, they get an order confirmation saying, here's your package, or, rather if you're doing email blast, or you're just simply writing to your customer and you're just typing, a message to them. You want to make sure that your domain has been updated by Google or Gmail standards so that it does not go into the spam folder. Let me unpack this a little bit more. This update is to help your business or your domain prevent against spoofing and spam with DMARC. That's what this is about. Okay, so if you have issues where why is it that my business email keeps going to people's spam folders, my customers keep telling me, oh my goodness, I couldn't find it because it's in the spam, it's because of this reason. So this update came out pretty recently. It was launched probably early February. And let's first unpack this so you understand what this is all about. Spoofing. Spoofing, what it means is that a hacker could go into your website and they could try to create somehow an identity using your .com and somehow trick people into sending them an email thinking that it's your business, but it's really someone else. All so that they could steal money from them or do some type of vicious thing. And the next thing you know, they're blaming you for it. They're saying, no, it's your company. Your company did this, right? So that's what spoofing is. Phishing or phishing, whatever that's called, that's a little bit different, right? Phishing right here. This is when, look, in simple terms, I love to use Perplexity when it comes to these types of acronyms and all this stuff so that you guys could really understand. By the way, if you guys haven't tried Perplexity, I love it. There's no kickback for me. So check this out. Email spoofing is when a sender deliberately alters part of the email, making it look like as though it was sent by somewhere else, and essentially it sends the forgers. The sender forges the email address so that the email appears to come from a different source, right? Often one that the recipient knows and trusts. So if your business is like huge, they're like tricking people just to, to do deceptive things. All right, and then let's talk about phishing or phishing, whatever that thing is called. This is a type of cyber attack where the attacker sends out emails that appear to be from a legitimate source with the intention of tricking the recipient into revealing personal and financial. So think of like, Mr. Beast sending you an email saying, hey, congratulations, but that's not really Mr. Beast. You get what I mean? That's why this thing is such like a huge deal. And you want to protect your domain. How do we do that? Let's get right to it. First of all, does your domain even have this? Does it have your own protection? I want you guys to go to this website over here. Go to this website that's called toolbox.googleapps.com. Press pause on this video if you guys want to kind of like, fast track to get to this over here. You could go ahead and do so, right? But you want to go to the one specifically called Dig. Right? Let me see if I could go back over here. So this is the one right here, toolbox.googleapps.com/apps/main. You want to make sure that your domain has a DNS record. A DNS record is like some code inside of your .com. Okay? If you don't know what that is, don't worry. We're going to cover that in a second. But let's just pretend like, oh, I don't know who did this. Let me just verify to see if this is true, to see if I'm protected. So to make sure that you're protected, go to this website to verify first. You go to this website here and click on where it says Dig. From here, we're going to add a record right here. You're going to follow my steps. Watch this. All right, so right here under name, what you're going to do is you're going to put _DMARC dot the name of your company.com. So whatever your .com is, it could be, so if you're like fashionova.com, you would put fashionova.com. If your business is whatever.com, you make sure you put _DMARC dot your domain name. If it's a .net, that's cool too. Once you put this here, you're going to see right here where it says record not found. From there, make sure that you click on where it says TXT. And there it is. That is a validation that you're protected. If it says record not found, this is the video for you. You need to make sure that we add this DNS record. For those who are watching, the following information is very sensitive and very tricky and dangerous to your website. If you do not know how to update your DNS record, I am giving you a fair warning as of right now. Don't do the change, hire an expert so that they could do things right. Because if you do this wrong, your entire website goes down. Your emails won't work, and you're in a very strong predicament. So this video is for intermediate/advanced users. If you're nervous about doing all of this, you can go ahead and see how you could contact me. We could work things out. I'll charge you a little fee, whatever. We'll get this handled. But be very careful because everybody's DNS is different. Think of it like almost like your .com's social security. Everybody's is different. They all have different records. Nobody is the same. So please, if you're going to follow this video, strong disclosure. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you do extra research for what I'm about to tell you and take proper measures before moving forward. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and follow what we need to do next. Go to your domain provider. This could be like the namecheap.com. This could be whatever it is that you purchase. We went and we purchased with GoDaddy. So go ahead and log in into your GoDaddy. From there, you're going to go to all of your domains, like where you see all of your .coms and wherever it is that you purchased it from. Your screen might look like this, but it might not because you purchased from another system. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to go to the DNS record. You're trying to go right here where it says DNS, not manage or anything, DNS. And you're going to see a whole bunch of lines. Some of them have the @ symbol with some number code. You kind of did this a little bit with Shopify. Shopify handles this automatically. But anyways, the point is you go to where it says DNS and you see all of the records. I'm not going to share my records with you, right? But just look at all the records, okay? And you're going to add a new record. So somewhere around there it says add new DNS record, okay? From there, right, you have to add what's called the TXT record. And let me show you how that's going to look like, just to give you an example. All right, so here's the example over here, okay? So there's going to be an area that's going to say what type of DNS record is this. This could be a @ this could be a CNAME. You probably see a whole bunch of them. That'll say @ that'll be CNAME, like C as in Charlie, then name, CNAME. There'll be other ones that are called TXT, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of them. We are creating a TXT record. So when you create new or add new DNS record, there's going to be a total of 3 to 4 fields for you to choose from. The first one to the far left should be called type. And you click on that drop down, if it has one, and then you select TXT, or you type TXT, whichever platform you're using. That's the first field. The second field is called name. What is the name? We're going to give it a title. This is not coding yet. This is just a title. And on that title, we're going to follow the example that Google's website is telling us to add. And it's this record right here. Let me go ahead and zoom all the way in so you could see it. It's going to be something like this. But you're going to press pause on this video and type this in. _DMARC dot. This is where you stop right here. Don't put solomora.com. That's just an example so that you understand how to write the format. Instead, you're going to write your business.com or .net or .io, whatever it is that you're doing, right? So again, if you're like, apple.com, you would say _DMARC.apple.com. That's if your business is apple.com. If you're amazon.com, you would put on the name, not on the value, on the name field. You would call it _DMARC.amazon.com. Okay? So on the name field, that's what you put there. Don't put this right here, but put the beginning and then your domain name. On the third field, which is the value, on the value, you're going to put this long code right here. See this? Press pause on the video. Go ahead and look at it, right? V = DMARC1. then semicolon space P equals none, semicolon space RUA equals mail to colon DMARC dash reports at yourbusinessname.com. So don't copy this exactly, right? Copy it, but it has to be yourbusinessname.com and it has to be precise. Alternatively, you guys could search on Google. You could type in on Google searches, Google Workspace, DMARC value, and try to see if you can find this. I'll try to see if I can add this in the description so it'll be easier for you guys, but I don't know if Google's going to update it, so it might work, it might not, but I hope you find this page. Once you go ahead and add this with the proper domain name, you're going to see another thing called a time slot or like a time period or something like that. By default, it might be set to 1 hour or half an hour. Typically, we'll do half an hour, but it's up to you, right? And basically what that means is how long is it going to take in order to propagate. Propagate means when does the domain or GoDaddy or whatever update their sequence, right? And so you go ahead and you add that there. Once you have everything set up, you go ahead and press save. And then it's going to ask you for a verification process. It's going to say, are you sure that you want to commit to something like this? Now, I repeat, strong disclosure. Make sure you know what you're doing. If you're super brand new at this and you're just kind of like, you know what I mean? You have no idea. Chances are you might break something. So make sure that you hire an expert. I cannot stress that enough, because if you don't know what you're doing and you add a record, something goes wrong, your email doesn't work, your website doesn't work, that's on you. Okay? So very strong disclosure on that. Make sure that you know what you're doing. If not, hire an expert for it. Once this is completed, give it about a good 5-10 minutes. And if still nothing, give it a nice half hour to an hour. And go back into the first website that I showed you before, which is the Google Admin Toolbox Dig, right? And then from here, you're going to go ahead and type in this record, which is, of course, not resolution design, but to your website. Once you put this here, make sure that you press TXT. Because if you're just on the A record, it's not going to find it. Make sure that you put this correctly, and then you go to TXT. If you notice it, you're good to go. If you still don't see it, give it a little bit of time. I would say, 1 day max. And if it's still not working, something went wrong, and you might need to contact an expert for it. If you found this video helpful, as always, please just pop that like button right there. Really appreciate it. That'll help us. And let me know down in the comments as far as what you think, or if you got stuck or something like that. Most importantly, if you need help, right? In order for you to figure out how to contact me, go to the homepage of this channel. Like if you look down below, you'll see resolutions design, whatever. You click on it and you go to about, and somehow, some way you could see where it'll ask for a verification, and you'll see an email address there where you could contact me and I can help you out there real quickly. One last piece of advice for you folks for protection on domains. Make sure that if you're using any platform for your domains, you have something that's called two-step verification enabled. So basically what that means is that, you get kind of like this code that always changes every 30 seconds, right? And it's an extra layer of protection of logging in. Don't do the text messaging one, because there's technology out there from hackers that they could bypass and pretend to be you, and they'll intercept that text message, and then they'll be able to get in. I'd say use the Google Authenticator. Download an Authenticator app. It's free, right? Go to the App Store. Go to type in Google Authenticator, and it'll be an app that allows you to create a two-step verification. If you do not know how to do this process, let me know down in the comments so I could create a video for you, and I'll show you how to use two-step verification. It's extremely secure. Like, do that, because if someone hacks into your domain and they're pointing it out and they change ownerships and they steal all your domains, you're done. It's over. Okay? So put that extra layer of security of two-step verification. Go ahead and add that DMARC, and you should be good. Failure to do so, Google's going to put you on spam mail. They're going to put you on trash mail. They're never going to see your email. I hope this helps, guys. See you next time.